Yeah, man. I was on the docket at the drug court, man. I told him I just got out of rehab, man. And I asked him for a cigarette, man. I said, hey, man, I just got out of Rebab, man. He said, what? I said, yeah, man, I just got out of Rebab. You know what I'm saying, man? I was bumming, man. I was on the docket, man, but the judge looked at me, man, and he said, I can't talk to you when you're under the influence, man. I said, look, man, I don't want to go back in there, man. You know what I mean? I'd rather be here, man. You know? And I was on Rebab, man. You know what I'm saying, man? I was in drug court, man, in the daytime, man. Little dude kind of looked like Judge Wapner, man. Wapner. So, this is a Rebab, man. That's my introduction to world music to you people. I'm bringing culture 1 minute at a time to you. So, this is a Jordanian Rebab. Rebab. I used to call her Rebab, now I just call her Bab. Bar. So, I got it at the swap meet, and it was a strange sort of occurrence. It was a day where it seemed like I would not get a guitar. I was downtrodden to the world. You know, I was like, you know, Ringo in that scene from Hard Day's Night where he's like, you know, that boy, he's kicking a little rock around the street and shit, and people are like throwing stones at him. You killed Christ! You know what I'm saying? All kinds of crazy things that they cut from Hard Day's Night. You gotta see like the director's cut of it, the dark version, man. Hardest Day's Night. Hey, man. Back to the object at hand. I was at the end of the swap meeting. I was going back to my car. I already looked through everything. I was jingling my keys, my pocket, you know what I mean? Make sure I had it. Make sure my cell phone. Make sure I had all my fucking change. Make sure I had my stuff that I bought, the little tiny smalls, we call them, that were not musical instruments. I had everything on. I looked at this table like, look, I see something. What's this? I was like, what is that? What does that go to? And I saw this. I was like, was that a drum? And then I looked at, it's covered with all kinds of stuff on this table, you know what I mean? I pulled it out. I was like, wow. It's like got a little string on it. And I was like, this is definitely some world instrument. You know what I mean? This could be from, you know what I mean, 50 years ago. It could be from 15 years ago. This model has been made in Jordan. The Rebab is an instrument that's very common amongst the Muslim countries in that area. That area around about Jordan. All them Arabs, they like to play a little Rebab. Some of them are intricate, some of them are beautiful in Pakistan and all these other locations that are just like luxurious for Rebab use. But Jordan, which typically is a little bit more opulent than most of these countries, has a very basic Rebab. You know what I mean? You see the people with the little goat next to them and all these videos on YouTube with the, you know, turban on, playing a little Rebab. Jordanian Rebab only has one string. All the other Rebabs are like multi-string, pretty much. This is the simplest one. It's the oldest one. And it's pretty much the most common. You know what I mean? Like they have like a random, you know, like a fixed shape as opposed to just kind of random beauty. You know what I mean? The Jordanian one is this particular model. It's got these sort of upholsterer's tacks with goat skin on there. Had a little bridge. I was probably put a banjo bridge in there. Maybe I'll try to replicate it. I'm still thinking about it. So I'm going to think about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to look at it. We're going to understand about it. I already explained to you the cultural relevance of it. Now, this Rebab, I said it's Jordanian. They all look the same, man. You see every Abdul, you know what I mean, Hasim, Mabul, whatever, they're all in front of the cave with the fucking little Rebab. And they go to the background like, blah, 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 and they all look the same. They're all made by different people. It's like one of those things where how does a bee know to sniff a flower? You know what I mean? It's like intricate in their minds, the Jordanian cave people. So I'm not trying to be, you know what I mean, disrespectful or anything. I just look at the videos yourself on YouTube and you'll say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Wake up. So I'm going to flip you around. We're going to look at this together. We're taking some world culture and I'm going to fucking play it. And you know what the cool thing is? To make old Guitkit look a little bit, you know what I mean, not that smart. You know what I mean? So I'm like walking out, swap meet like this. I was like, I was like, thanks, done. Hey, man. Like $4, man. That's a steal, man. It's a deal. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, bro. He said, hey, man, did you happen to get that little bow that comes with this little bow? Yo, yeah, I forgot about that, man. I knew about that, man. So a guy who cleans out houses knows more about war instruments than me. He knew this was a bow. He knew that it went with this instrument. He told me to pick it. I was like, yeah, man, forgot about it. I just got a rebab, man. I was in drug court, man. The judge said, hey, man, I can't deal with you right now. You're going to have to go back to county. And I was like, county? Fuck! And it didn't sound like something I wanted to do. So I have the accoutrements. We're going to look at them together. I'm going to flip you around in 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Hey, Rama. Here we are, man. Looking jihad straight in the eye with this one, man. It's actually a pretty cool instrument, man. I'm thinking that this one's, I don't know if the 1950s, 1960s, maybe from the 70s, man. Hey, don't talk about those lewds again in public, man. I might lose my job as the superintendent of schools, man. So, we're going to have to get that bridge going again. I've ordered a 5-string banjo bridge, but I kind of want to attempt the unification of culture and try to like make one. I want to make one, man. So before we go into the laboratory, we already sort of looked at it. You know what I mean? See, this sort of spins around, man. It's pretty cool, man. I want to take you to the learning lab. I want to show you, you know what I'm saying, what the bridge looks like. We don't have much else to do. Talk about the bridge with this episode, right? Hey, and we're going to have to shave up all the hairs coming off your bow. We're offended by that these days. Back in the 70s, you know, with hairs all over the place, that was all right. Nowadays, we're not too sensitive to all hair in our mouth and our face. So, hey. Vito, we're not talking about that. I'll see you in the learning lab. We're going to learn a little tiny bit. Just a little bit. Welcome back to the laboratory, my cave-dwelling friends. This is the humdinger, right? I don't know how much of a humdinger, though, man. We see where the bridge belonged. Everything else looks pretty much intact, though. So let's talk about what we need, man. Here's a rebab. Let me turn the flash off so we go. See that? I'll give it a better, closer view of that. And that's what we need is a simple thing, man. Simple thing, man. That's a better photograph of it, just because I have the courtesy, man, from my fellow rebabbers, man, here in the side learning laboratory. So, where to find a piece of wood, what to do, where to go, who to know, man. We had these leftover ribs from that Regal Beagle, right? I took this one for a dreadnought. I'll never use this for a guitar, probably, right? Plus size I have 2, right? And I sketched out one. Right here, it's about 6 centimeters on the base, about a centimeter, you know, roughly and a half tall, which is perfect measurements. And this is already sort of tapered, right where it needs to be tapered. There's a cool, like, AI program where you can sort of works on the Apple measurement sort of idea where you can just upload a photograph. You can put a reference in there, and I just took the full body one and did this reference across. And then I did a measurement on the Rebab bridge, and I found out the approximates, right? 6 centimeters by centimeter and a half, and then we're in the fucking business. So let's take this guy over to this guy, Charles. Let's cut him out really carefully and see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? It could go good, it could go bad, it could go neither way. Let's give it a little chance to breathe. I'll see you then. And here it is, man. Don't worry if it's a little bit, you know what I mean, not perfect, because these are pretty much a homemade affair. I already sort of tried it out. I lined it up. It's where that line is. See that line? Already got the line. That's about right, man. And I already diddled around with it. It's perfect, man. So, this guy's a little ragged. Right, let's cut off these ragged pieces. Right. And then we'll see you at the glamour shots, right? Because I don't really know any other, you know, same thing we can fucking do to this thing other than put it out of its misery. Right? But we're going to play it for you. Let's clean up this thing. and I'll see you at the glamour shots, man. Rebab, 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 when in my cave I take your name, I cut off all the heads of all your relatives. What? And I film it and post it to the internet. Then I go outside the cave and play my rebab. Rebab, rebab, you know, motherfuckers getting murdered in the background. Arab Spring. Anyway, it's kind of hard getting anything that sounds musical out of this fucking instrument, man. It mostly sounds like the dude in the video, you know, on YouTube. Let's look up Rebab Jordan. You see his fucking Muhammad Ali's father outside his cave, man, making some kind of noise like practicing for Yoko's 100th birthday party. This is another song by Yoko Ono, Approximately Infinite Universe, track 3. Oh! But you know, this guy's like famous over there, man. All people are singing along and clapping shit. Played the game, Habib. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, I got some resin, man. Oh, I mean, rosin, bro. This is one kind of rosin. This is more of like a dry rosin, and this is more of a greasy rosin. They're both like good in their own ways for, like, you know what I mean, playing different styles of violin. Like I said, I'm not much of a violin player, but I put a little bit of this one on here. And it was like night and day. It was like night and day, day and night. So I want to put a lot of this shit on both of them, just slathered up like fucking nobody's business. Ain't nobody's business but my own, right? And I'm trying to make a couple little tones, little tunes. A lot of these modern day ones, and you can rewind the video to look at the Learning Lab footage. They have like horsehair here too. They don't have this one little fucking E string that they found in the trash. You know, fucking Riyadh Sam goodies. You know what I'm saying? Dumpster diving. Ba 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 ran. Habib 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 ran. Bom 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 ran. Anyway, that's what I thought the lyric was growing up in the 80s, man. There's some fucking serious beef with the Ayatollah. What can I say, man? I told you so. Hey, I'll have some salami in Lakewood. Peace be with you. Right? Let's listen to it. Right? Hey, man. Don't look at this one, man. Look at this, bro. Not at my rosin, man. This only. Let's hear it. 1, 2, 3. Hey, man. I coated its bow with the finest resin, man. Oh, yeah, man. Maui, wowie. And, gelato, man. Hey, I don't even know how to hold this, you know what I'm saying? This song is my first big hit for Death to America. I feel like a fool because I really don't know how to play with these fucking things, you know? I can make a couple sounds, I got a couple sounds out of it. Like, this is like the open sound, like. And if you see the cave, people all singing along with him, he's like, then the American came out of the plane, and I aimed at him, and everyone was like clapping along, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like it's the same little like he's always really doing from what I see. But I don't mean to be overly proud because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's a short episode, so I want to give you time to enjoy your summer, right? Together with your family. You're not sitting around watching me repair a serious instrument. This is like a gag, you know what I'm saying? And you get like vibrato one if you like. I really, you know what I'm saying, man? You can't win them all. You know what I'm saying? But it's a cool little thing to have. And, you know what I'm saying? On the day when the wagons come, I'm going to come to the door with a turban on, with one of these fucking things. Like, my brother, let us go in the street. I have plans of all the richest Americans here. They're like, yeah. I'll be saved because of this fucking thing, right? I'm going to find out about my guitars and shit. And, like, they give me a Lambo. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those YouTube videos. The Lucky American. Peace be with you.